disrupt business. Not. I'm not saying violently, because now people are saying
you cannot do anything. These things.
If Nami get out, I will just carry ball. I don't carry ball from middle of runway. They play ball for
these things are antics, you know.
Now let's get it started.
Play ball. For 12 hours, the Super Eagles team have been stranded in an airport after their flight was diverted in the last minute. They just left with a minibus moving from a city almost 2 cities away from the way they're supposed to land. They have not trained, they have not eaten for the past 12 hours. They were locked out of everything when they landed at Libya. I don't understand why this should be happening in football. This is not war, this is football. Okay guys, if you look at what is happening in CAF, do you think that Nigeria first should throw away this match, even if they are going to lose 3 points? I think they should just leave this match and come back to Nigeria.
You know, if you look at the story, categorically, they were supposed to take a plane straight to Benghazi, but that would be taking them off where they're supposed to be having a match. They had to pay from their pockets to charter a private jet to take Nigerians to the city where they are supposed to play the match. But that flight was directed away, 2 cities away, to where they landed. And then once they landed and they were processed, they were locked and kept inside a waiting room for over, this should make it about 13 hours now. You know, and you know, when we are going around social media and hearing what happened and stuff like that, of course we saw information leaked into social media from Truth Ekong and a couple of other players. For example, Boniface shared a clip of the bus they brought to come and convey them, one of these 1970s bus. You know, another person shared a clip of other people carrying food passing where they are, and you know, they haven't been allowed to acquire any food, they haven't been allowed to have access to water, they haven't been allowed to have access to the internet. But a couple of them have been able to leak this story to social media, and we are hearing a lot of responses from people. But the fact is that they are claiming that this was the same treatment they got in Nigeria, that they were supposed to land in Akwa Ibom where the match was supposed to take place, but they were rerouted to Port Harcourt, and that they were not given vehicles with ACs and a couple of other things and stuff like that. Now, whether these facts are true or not, we are yet to confirm or discredit these claims by the Libyan FA or government. But I feel this is unfair. This sets a negative precedence in football, because under no ground should we consider ourselves that we should go ahead with this match, because this is disrespect of the highest order. I feel like we should be walking away from this match, but we should do it after making all our necessary claims to CAF and to FIFA to ensure that even when we walk away from this match, that these guys don't get those 3 points. Yeah, because it will be crazy for me.
What do you think, Nonso?
Well, see, look at it. I will start from their own statement. They said they were placed in an uncomfortable environment. That's according to them. They were placed in an uncomfortable environment, which we know that the international airports around the south is limited. We have international airports in Lagos, we have Enugu. You can't travel all the way, so you have to drop off some people in Lagos or you come to Abuja. For their case, they came to Abuja and the flight from Abuja will take them straight to Port Harcourt. It's normal. You take them straight to Port Harcourt, and from Port Harcourt to Uyo Stadium is not far. It's about 2 hours drive or 3 hours drive. So fine, even if they gave you a bus without AC, you had to drive for 3 hours. It's okay. You drive, you go to your hotel, the fans didn't allow you. This is fan antics. You shouldn't involve the government in what the fans does. You get, the fan has their own opinion. I remember in 2019 Champions League, the English FA had to sanction Liverpool and say, see, you have to control your fans, because they were partying in front of the hotel room where Barcelona players are supposed to camp. Now, it disrupted their sleep. I understand this is fans antic. But when you now take it because you're in power, you now want to play fan antic as a political body, it becomes a problem for the sports in general. Because this is the Libyan side now, saying that they did this to deal with it. When they came down to Nigeria, they had enough time to rest. They have enough logistics. So if they say they didn't give them logistics, no mean what they need is get from point A to point C. Whether you get AC bus or you don't get AC bus, we know that there's no international airport around these areas. So you land in Lagos or you land in Abuja or you land in Kano, then you take the next flight. As agreed, you take the next flight to Port Harcourt and you convey a bus to Uyo. It's as simple as that. Now we come here to Liberia. We're supposed to land in what's
Libya.
it called? We're supposed to land in Libya. We're supposed to land in certain areas. Though that place is far, we book a private jet to land in certain areas that are close by. Just like I can't land in Abuja because I'm not sure I'll get a flight going to Port Harcourt. So I need to take a private jet to Port Harcourt direct. And you come to Port Harcourt and the airport in Port Harcourt does not clear you to land. Now sending you back to Lagos to travel by road, because from Lagos to Port Harcourt you need to still travel by flight or by road. And now since they've been processed and they're not processed, and I think the processing speed there is as lame as it gets, they are still trying to be processed so they can take a next flight to where they're supposed to be hosted. But the procession is taking more than 12 hours, so they have to go by road. Now going by road will actually cost them more time, more stress, give them more fatigue, and they won't be able to play. See, if I'm the person, I would say I would reserve my energy, play that game, beat you in your home to make a statement. Because half of the players in Super Eagles camp, I will say walk out of the match, boycott the match. Me, I don't go boycott that ball. Oh. I go use the stress, play you ball, win you. Can't tell the statement, say, no matter how you try, reach, you not try, reach.
But this thing is supposed to happen in football in general.
When I say
you don't play politics with football, you are endangering the lives of these players.
Like I said, when fan antics is not in what's it called now, is not being implemented by the government, it becomes a problem. You get, this is fan antics. The people handling the airport aviation area, they are fans. You get, the people handling logistics, they are all fans of the Libyan side. Now their country, that they be fans. But when it now gets into government, it becomes a problem, because I know when they were coming down to Nigeria, if I had said the plane go there for no go land for Nigeria, go land for Ghana, they go use road, enter Nigeria, nobody go blame us. If I was working in the aviation and I'm in that tower and you are not clear for landing, you have to go to Abuja. You go down, you're supposed to land in Abuja, then you go to Lagos. Your flight will not take you straight to Lagos. Then in Lagos they tell you are not clear for landing. You go to Ghana or you go to Togo to land. Then enter, or you go to Cameroon to land. Then enter by road. It becomes a problem because now it is the government, the aviation system, the government, the FA, infusing the fans antic by governments. You know, when you say you're not trying to play you're not trying to play politics, it becomes wrong. But if the fans are like, okay, fine, no, they are protesting.
Even with the fans, you should not be happening, including the fans. Look at it. You need to be controlled.
You can't control what the fan does outside the stadium. So when you play fan antics in government, it becomes a problem in general, because we know. Because I've given you an example of what happened in Barcelona. I've given you an example of what happened in Liverpool. I've given you an example of what happened some other places in Cameroon. Even currently, between Ghana and between Kenya and Cameroon, there's a game going on between Ghana and Kenya and Cameroon. They had to travel to Uganda to play the game because they deemed no stadium in Kenya fit to host that game. So they had to travel to Uganda.
We also saw that. We also saw it happen in the Champions League final when Liverpool fans were not allowed access into the stadium too. So it's one of those things. But what we are talking about is that Nigerian players are not allowed to buy food. Like one of the videos that is still paining me tonight is you see people going to the counter, go to buy food, pass where the boys are sitting. And like, what's all these antics for? These are people that are well off, people that are earning good money in Europe. Why can't they be allowed to access food and water, at least bare necessities? Why can't they be allowed to access these things while whoever is processing the person, even if the person is as slow as a mule, the person should allow the boys to at least get food, get water, get other things.
Keeping them in location for like more than 12, 13 hours. There's no process. There is nothing you are searching that's supposed to take that long.
Like I said, you want to play
it's
antics.
A planting.
See, like I said, you want to play antics, I understand. But when it gets into government, it becomes a problem. Because now I see all these people are fans. Now, you as a fan, you allow your sentiment cloud your better judgment. It becomes a problem for you, not just as a fan, as a person in general, because now you're still in a computer. You want to process this person's visa to enter your country, which he has the right to enter your country because you already have clearance from a higher body. Now, since they don't want to clear you, you disrupt business. I'm not saying violently, because now people are saying
you cannot do anything.
These things are antics, When these people do these things and set up these things the way they've done it now, like the Libyans have done it, all they are looking for is a reaction so that they can execute any underhanded plan they may have, And then secondly, as a nation, as a group of players that are representing a nation, you have to manage your antics as well. When you see these things happen, kudos to Super Eagles for not acting out and, going violent or physical with anybody, because
you can't go
these are the expected rebuttals they are expecting, so that you show yourself and your nation in a bad light, but kudos to them for not doing that. The best thing they've done is to come on social media and let the people know that this is what we are facing, this is what we are going through. It's now incumbent on Nigeria now, first as a nation. Then before we now talk about NFF as the body, and then we now talk about what efforts we are making to contact CAF and FIFA to ensure that this type of thing doesn't happen again. Because already, like for example now, you are saying that they should soldier on and play that match. I would not like them to soldier on and play the match, because there are too many things at play. One, the mental health of the players. Two, the jet lag and fatigue they're already in and they are feeling. How much time are they going to have to train when the match is just how many days? And as these things are going on, those guys, they are going to be playing, have been training, they've been in better condition. So it's already staked against you that you could lose. So why succumb to that antic, to this gang up, when you can just leave the scenario and still lose and, take away their points from them? Because if we get the clearance from CAF, we could walk away from the match, and they are not going to get the 3 points.
They won't get the 3 points, and you won't get it as well.
They have to replay it.
They will reschedule the game. That's the thing.
But if you notice, even when Rangers went to Libya 2002, they almost did the same thing to Enyimba. They changed their flight, kept Enyimba in an airport for 24 hours. Without no communication. So it's not even the first time the Libyan team are actually doing that.
I saw pictures coming out online of our players training in a stadium without lights.
In Libya too.
So these are antics that is not
so it's not even the first time they are doing it. They have done it to our two clubs from Nigeria. Now they are doing it to our national team.
Crazy,
but clearly, finally, guys, do you think that they should play the match? Yes or no?
For me, I don't want us to play that match.
I think for me, I would want to play it, but with a notice to CAF for postponement. You get play the game with a notice to CAF for postponement. Play the game either ways. Make sure you win the game. You get these are a side. They see. There's something you say. On top all your bad belly, I still beat you. On top all your witch hunting, I still came up top. It tells a different story, because I remember the time you're talking about. Enyimba won the league and ended up going to the finals. That year, they ended up going to the finals, and I think it seems they won it that year, if you remember, and they played good football all through. No matter what happens anywhere, they go there and they get their points, and they come back home and they celebrate it.
It's still a different setup, because you have the game barely how many hours now?
It's just less than 24 hours.
Less than 24 hours, you have a game. You haven't prepped, you haven't rested, you are stressed, and there are too many moving objects. I would just like for us to leave the scenario and then let there be some judgment against Libya.
Africans should grow up.
Yes.
Africa in general should grow up, whether it's in Nigeria, it's anywhere, because we are still living in 18th century. These things don't happen in Europe, in anywhere around the world, except Africa. And most times it's because of CAF condoning it, because if CAF punishes a country,
yes,
they ban you from qualifying or playing in Africa. You can have a lot of countries. We are not like South America that probably have only 10 countries. They are afraid if you remove one country, are afraid. We have a whole lot of countries. We should start banning countries that are playing politics in football. I remember sometime, particularly in FIFA, was trying to ban Nigeria because of politics were entering the election of the NFF. Yeah. So CAF should actually look into this matter, because we need to grow African football. Imagine people in Europe, in South America, in America watching us and watching this kind of things. Our captain has been tweeting since yesterday, telling us the condition of where they have kept them. The players are sleeping on the seat. The players have not gotten food. They have not gotten rest. For now, they are brought in one small bus that will now move them to the city they are going to play, and they're supposed to be playing that match tomorrow. I don't think it's right the way we treat African football. I'm hearing rumors now that that game will be postponed to a further date we don't know yet. Let's see what CAF is going to be deciding, but what is happening in that Libya is not really nice. So let's see if that game is truly they are going to postpone it, or probably just a rumor.